Today, I have a first impressions review for you of some of the GloWish by Huda Beauty complexion products, as well as a cheeky lip balm, the Silk Balm from Huda Beauty. I am going to be testing out the skin tint, the bronzer, the blush, the powder, and said lip balm. I'm going to be sharing information with you about the products, showing you the application, checking in throughout the day, and then sharing my final thoughts. So if that's something you'd like to see, then just keep on watching. GloWish was launched as a sub-brand in Huda Beauty a couple of years ago, and it came from the fact that Huda had been focused on her wishful skincare, and her skin had improved so much so she didn't feel the need to hide it with the Huda Beauty cake face. But she didn't want to always be a bare beauty. She wanted that in between, no makeup vibes, that natural type of beauty. So GloWish was Balm, which is natural type makeup with a focus on skincare ingredients and sustainability. So I can't wait to try out these products. I'm trying everything from the range except the two latest launches, which is the Jam Primer. I'm not sure about you, but when I'm going for no makeup, primer is the first thing that I skip because it's just a step that I don't always do in my everyday makeup. And the concealer, because it's a sheer coverage concealer, and I don't know about you, but when I want to conceal, I want to conceal. Let's get into it. The GloWish Skin Tint. I have the shade 1.5 Fair Cool. This one is £32 for 40 millilitres, and I love, it's dewy. I love a dewy look. I love a skin tint. I'm wondering if this can kind of replace the other skin tints. I love the Flawless Filter, £39 for 30 millilitres. The Clinique CC, this one is £33 for 40 millilitres as well. So it's a little bit more affordable. It does promise a dewy finish. I do worry because I have oily combo skin and I can sometimes get too dewy. This one comes in 15 flexible shades. It is a skin tint. It's sheer coverage. Blurs pores, perfect for the no makeup look. It claims to brighten the complexion. It's got reflective pearls in. This is why I'm so excited. It's all about the glow. It says it'll change your glow game forever. It does contain skincare benefits. So all I've done to my skin this morning is use the Yo Glow exfoliator to give me a nice smooth base to work with, because this contains Damascus rose oil, which is in the Wishful Get Even rose oil. It contains bell pepper extract, which claims to protect us from blue light. It's 92.6% derived from natural origin. A lot of the packaging in this range is made from post-consumer recycled material. This one has a 4.4-star rating on the website. People are saying it gives a fab glow. It's a great skin tint. The reviews are really great on this one. So without further ado, I'm going to try it. I don't know if this is going to be the right shade for me. It comes in a pump bottle. One thing to know is, like many of the other skin tints, this does not contain SPF. Here's how the product looks. It does look like it's got a bit of a tan. Let's apply this to the face. Okay, it looks a bit deeper than where my skin is at. However, because it's a flexible shade, I'm hoping it might work. It is glowy. It did actually say you could use this one just as a highlighter, but it's not looking too glowy. I think I could have honestly gone a shade lighter with this one, which is, I didn't realise I was that pale. This is shade 1.5 Fair Cool, and it's deep on me. I am not sure about this shade range. I'm just going to use my beauty blender to tap into the skin. I was hoping to use these products over the summer months, so hopefully I'll get a little bit more colour and this will look better on me. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. So even though that shade is not fab, I love it. Honestly, I think it gives such a nice glow. Not much coverage, but that's not what this is. I am going to see, just because I'm testing it, if I can build up any more coverage. So I'm just going to do one more pump. I can already tell that I really like it. I hope it wears well. It's just the perfect amount of glow in my view. What do you think? It's so natural, but it's definitely enhancing that skin. I don't want to build this up too much more than this. Wow. I can see why everyone loves it. I think this is going to become something that I reach for often. I think it's a perfect warmer weather base. It doesn't cover everything, but that's not what it's supposed to do. It does say you can add this into foundation just to give it a bit of glowiness. So a versatile product. So far, so impressed. I am already a fan of the Multidew skin tint. Next up, the GloWish Soft Radiance bronzing powder. I just got the shade 1 in light, again for a natural sun-kissed look. This is £28 for 8 grams. It comes in 5 shades and it's got that marble type finish. It's not a baked bronzer. It again claims to be natural looking, light as air, feels like you're wearing nothing. It has a 12-hour wear, blurring, soft focus effect, buildable and blendable. It contains plant-derived squalene, vitamin E, shea butter, that red pepper extract, as well as the rose oil. It's got a 4.7 star rating out of 5. People are saying they love it. It's so natural and sun-kissed. It reminds me of the look of the Hourglass bronzer. It looks very similar. I'm not sure if it's a dupe. This is a baked bronzer. This one is more pricey. It's £54 for 11 grams. So this one would be more affordable. It's not actually my favourite bronzer. I love the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which is $14.29 for 11 grams. And of course, the Guerlain Terracotta Bronzer is £46 for 10 grams. So this one is kind of on the affordable side. Let's do a swatch, see how it compares. So it does look quite natural. I'll compare it to my other bronzers. So there's the butter bronzer in light bronzer. So this one is a bit deeper than that, even though it's the lightest shade. There's the butter bronzer in the classic bronze shade. So it's kind of in between those two shades of the Physicians. I'll do a swatch of the Terra. It's very similar to the lightest shade 0 of the Terracotta bronzer. And there is the Huda. And then I'll do, if I've got any room left on my hand. Yeah. So there's the Hourglass, there's the Huda. So it's kind of in the middle of all these shades. I will grab a brush and do some bronzing. I love the way this looks. Do a light dusting. Doesn't seem to be picking much up on the brush. Yeah, it's definitely natural, which is not a bad thing because we know that bronzer can get messy fast. I'm missing the delicious coconutty smell of the butter bronzer, but I know that fragrance isn't that necessary for makeup, and it is definitely warming up the complexion. Again, I'll build it a little bit more. Do the lazy bee. Yeah, I can get a nice colour, a nice sun-kissed look on my fair skin from this lightest shade. It's not matte, but it's not shiny. I already know I don't love it as much as my butter bronzer. but I have no complaints. I'm going to go wash off my hands and then we'll try the blush. It's time to blush. I have the GloWish Cheeky Vegan blush powder in the shade 1 Healthy Peach. I'm not sure, it says all these products are vegan. I guess they don't contain any carmine. They seem to make a big deal of saying it's vegan. This does have a mirror in the blush. It's a small pan and it's £19. I guess, again, this could compare to the Hourglass blush. We get 2.5 grams in here. Oh, and only 1.3 grams in this Hourglass mini blush, which is £27. So good value compared to this. I am more of a cream blush gal, but I wanted to try out the range, and it says that this powder blush is not powdery, whatever that means. It comes in 6 shades. Velvety blush developed to give a beautiful, natural, fresh-faced flush and a soft, focused glow. Contains antioxidants and, again, those skin-loving ingredients. Plant-derived squalene, shea butter, vitamin E, Damascus rose oil. Got the bell pepper in there again. A blurring product that gives a silky wash of colour. Again, this one is highly rated. It's got a 4.6 star rating. It says they're awesome and long-lasting. Let's give it a go. I'll swatch it for you. Oh, it seems quite subtle. Compare it to the Hourglass. I'm smudging all this lovely marble in. So there's the Huda in Healthy Peach and there's the Hourglass in Luminous Blush. I'm just used to cream blushes, I think, which obviously pop more. Okay, pop it off. Again, seems quite subtle. What do you think? I'm going for more. I always like to add more blush rather than less blush, because it does always seem, yeah, remember to tap out. I don't think I tapped off my brush properly, and that seemed to go on a little bit streaky. I'm going to build up the colour to see if I can look like a doll. I don't think this is converting me to powder blush. I love the glow that you get from cream blush. I love the Stila convertible colour. I love the Honest cream blush. I love any cream blush, really. Yeah. I am just not a powder gal. What do you think? Didn't think I was ever going to like that one. If you like powder blush, you might like this one. It's nice and subtle. People say it's long lasting. Now it's time for the product I am the most excited about. It is the GloWish Luminous Pressed Powder. This is £30 for 10 grams. It comes in lots of shades. I've gone again for the Fair Cool shade, and this is meant to be a glowy powder. So I'm truly hoping that it might be able to replace my ambient powder from Hourglass. They are £48, or this Light Infinity, which is £54. So really expensive. I'm also hoping it might be able to dupe my favourite Beauty Pie powder product, which was discontinued. It was the glowy version of the One Powder Wonder. This is a smoothing, breathable, luminous pressed powder to give you coverage without the cake, infused with antioxidants. Again, we've got those same Damascus rose, vitamin E, bell pepper extract. Claims to be lightweight and silky, go into the skin, blurring pores without settling into lines. 15 stretchable shades, 80% naturally derived, non-drying, buildable. You'll have a luminous glow all day. That's what I want to glow. It's got a 4.5 rating. People are saying it's awesome. It's more affordable than those Hourglass glowy powders. Do a little swatch. Doesn't look mega glowy, but it looks like it might suit my skin. I think I'm used to more glow than this. Oh no, it's pretty glowy. I don't know why I love glowing so much. Like I said, I'm oily combo. I just think, can already tell that it's not my favourite. I think matte powders age me, age most people. This is not, nah. It's not as glowy as my Beauty Pie or my Hourglass, but do you know what? It's not matte. Might be a nice compromise between the two if I've gone overboard on the glowy products. Underwhelmed by that powder, to be perfectly honest. The last product I'm going to try out from Huda today is the Silk Balm. So this is a hydrating and nourishing lip balm. It is £20 for 3 millilitres and it is in like a tinted shade. It's shade Blush. It's a hydra plumping lip balm. Ultra comfortable liquid balm that combines powerful actives to achieve long-lasting hydration, silky, fuller looking lips, subtle blush pink shade designed to give a gorgeous look on everyone. It contains hyaluronic filling spheres, soybean and licorice extract that migrates into fine lines and gives a swelling plumping effect for maximum hydration that feel plumped and smooth, but it's got no pain. So the nearest thing in my collection this reminds me of is this by Terry liquid lip balm. And this is £16 for just this mini, which contains 2.3 grams. Or this Natura Beast Plumping Lip Serum. I'll link the video where I review this. This is £69, but it does give a plumping effect, but it does have that pain associated. So if this can be a happy medium, I'll be loving it. 4.8 star rating. People seem to really love this, and I thought it might go with the natural look of today's makeup. It's got a doe foot applicator. Feels smooth. Again, it looks nice. I wonder how long the plumping effect takes to kick in. Maybe I'll just curl my lashes while I wait for that. It's got a nice amount of shine without too much shine. The By Terry one is shinier. Feels comfortable on the lips. Doesn't feel too heavy. I don't think I'm going to add mascara because we're just going for that natural look. I'm done. What do we think? No makeup. I think that has subtly enhanced what I've already got. I'll give my initial thoughts and then I'll come back and do some check-ins. This skin tint, absolutely love it. Perfect for when you just want a natural look. You're not trying to cover anything up, but just give a subtle, gorgeous glow. This one is stunning. The bronzer is nice, but it's not, I can already tell it's not my favourite. The blush, okay for a powder blush. It's not my product. I'm not a powder blushy. The powder, it's nice. It's not as glowy as I wanted it, but most people don't want as much glow as I do. And the Silk Balm just seems nice. Do my lips look plump? They don't look huge. I'd say it gives a plumping effect. I'm happy so far with what this has subtly achieved. I'm going to go about my day and do some check-ins, so I'll catch you in a little while. It is just over 3.5 hours later. I've just eaten lunch, so I thought it'd be a good time to do a check-in. Let's have a look. Okay, so the makeup is looking a little bit patchier than it was this morning. It's starting to sink into my lines and it's looking a little bit dry on my chin. I'm not too mad because I did 2 layers of the skin tint when really I think I would have only done 1. I just wanted to see how much you can build. I didn't use a primer and I do have lines, so I'm not angry at this at all. I love the glow. For me, this is the star of the show so far. Love, love, love it. Everything else I could kind of take or leave. I think the blush, maybe I didn't put enough on, but the blush has started to fade a bit. I don't love a powder blush. I can't see myself repurchasing this. It's just mediocre to me. Again, the bronzer's fine. The bronzer seems to be lasting. I prefer my Physicians Formula bronzer. And then this powder, it's not the worst powder. It's just not the best powder either. It's not as luminous as I wanted it to be. I was trying to replicate this Beauty Pie One Powder Wonder in Exquisite Light, which has been discontinued. And then for me, this just doesn't compare. So that's the Beauty Pie one. And then I can't even see where I've swatched the Huda one. So it was more subtle than what I was wanting. Again, the Hourglass one kind of falls somewhere between the two. So we've got the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Infinity Powder. That's got a little bit of luminosity. We've got this Huda one, which I can barely see. It more blends into the skin, and that's the Beauty Pie highlighty one. So the powder is not as glowy as I would have wanted it to be, but I'll still use it because it's also not matte. It allows you to keep your glow. A lot of people that don't want mega glow might quite like this powder. The lip balm felt nice. It's not actually. I do see a bit of dryness on my lips. It didn't make it through lunch, which was bruschetta, but obviously this stuff we can reapply through the day. I like that it doesn't have a taste. So yeah, makeup's holding up okay at the 4-hour point. If I wanted it to wear really well, I could have done the primer, the setting spray, all that, but I wanted to see how these products performed on their own. So I'll continue to wear them for the rest of the day and come back at the end of the day to do a final check-in. But this is how I'm looking almost 4 hours in. What do you reckon? See you in a while. Checking in at approximately 7.5 hours. So I still look glowy, but I don't think I look outrageously glowy. I love the level of glow in these products. I like to see a little bit more glow in the powder. So it has settled into my lines. I did go in with a double layer, which I wouldn't traditionally do with a skin tint. So as you know, I'm not mad. It is fading. I didn't prime. I didn't set. 7.5 hours in. It's light makeup. I don't think this makes any specific claims to be long lasting. I still love it. This is already a winner. The rest of the makeup is still on. Everything's still on-ish. I wouldn't say it's fantastically long wear. I think I could get a better performance out of this if I did better skin prep. I didn't even do any moisturiser at all. I wanted to see what this stuff could do on its own, and I'm not unimpressed. I think in the future, with the primer, with the setting spray, I think you could get a really nice, long-lasting look from these products. Time for the final check-in. I've had this makeup on for around 11 hours. There's not much makeup on my face, but I do feel like I've retained the glow. What do you think? It's kind of eating the makeup around my nose. It's not looking fab. As I said, I didn't do any skin priming, etc. For what these products are, I am really quite happy. As always, I'll see if it's possible to refresh. So I'm just going to use my beauty blender to try and get rid of the creasing in the lines, and then I'll see if I can build up the powder to give a little bit more coverage. See if we can take this from day to night. Powder's an interesting one. I still don't know if I like it or not. I think that's slightly refreshed. Let me see about the blush. Let's see if the blush can build. I don't really think there's much blush left, so I'm not sure about the 12-hour claim for the blush. The good thing about this brush, it does blush, is that it does have a mirror. So if you wanted to pop it in your handbag. I don't think this blush is crazy pigmented. Yeah, I mean, it's there. It is daisy. It is supposed to be natural. So yeah, the blush is buildable. I don't know if that Silk Balm did fill in the lines on my lips. So I'll give it one more try while I give you my final thoughts. Okay, I think that little refresh wasn't too bad at all. Okay, I'm ready to tell you what I think. I don't think there'll be too many surprises. I'm obsessed with this skin tint. It's a hero product for me. The dew is stunning, like nothing I've seen in my collection. For no makeup days, I'm going to be reaching for this a lot. It doesn't give a ton of coverage, but it gives a beautiful dewy glow. I think this wasn't quite the 1.5, wasn't the right colour for me. Fair cool. This was fair with pink undertones. I think I might be porcelain, the lightest shade in this. I know there are people lighter than me, so I'm not sure what that means about the shade range. Otherwise, I'm obsessed. This is a hero product. The powder is an interesting one. It wasn't giving me the glow of an hourglass powder that I wanted, but it's somewhere in between those matte powders. I'd take this over the Charlotte Tilbury. No offense to you, Charlotte, but you're just matte, and I don't love a matte powder. This is a glowy powder, but it's not too glowy. It's a subtle glow. I don't know of another powder like this, and I think there is a place for this one in my routine. As for the rest, the bronzer is fine. I have bronzers I prefer, don't see myself repurchasing. And you know how I feel about the blush. I'm not a powder blush gal anyway, so I'm probably not the market for this. The blush was meh to me. And the lip balm, again, it was a nice lip balm. My lips look shiny and glossy. I'm not going to be running out and repurchasing this for £20 when I run out either. It's fine, it's nice. It's not a must for me. So there's my thoughts. Have you tried the GloWish range? If so, I'd love to know what you think. If not, are you planning on doing so after watching this video? This was the only real superstar for me. My big recommendation from this video is the GloWish Multidew Skin Tint. I am in love with this. Powder is interesting. Everything else for me is not a must. So now I want to hear your thoughts. I'll link everything below. I'm going to wash all this makeup off, and I'll see you in my next video.